Oh yeah, what is up? Welcome. Good morning, everybody in the blockchain basement. I come to you with some fantastic news. The voice of freedom, the voice of winning, the voice of recapturing this country is winning right now. And the signs, they're not as obvious as you would think. I'm going to show you some of the larger signs that we are absolutely winning this battle when it comes to recapturing the future, what money means, and the sovereignty of our children's future. Spent the weekend with the kids, with the family, talking to my mom. Some things are going on with some people in my life that, I've been very close to for a very long time. Seems are at the end of their time here on Earth, and I just want to impress the importance of the time that we are given. The time that you and I have available to share right now, it's very special. And don't ever take it for granted. The chance to build a better future for my children is something I will not take lightly. Not all time is infinite, folks. If we always had tomorrow, what's the value in today? Well, I think that lesson was heavily impressed on me this weekend. And I pray if anyone else is going through the same stuff, family, loved ones that are falling away, you have my prayers, you have my condolences, and I'm here with you because, man, we sit out here, we fight and wake people up all the time. We're working hard, and sometimes you just got to step back and realize the value of the time that we're given here on this earth. It's very, very special. So shout out to everyone that's joining me here on the morning show. Michael Killard, Deucey Does, John Wicked Out, James Slater, Benny Blue Eyes, Rusty Shackelford, Station C4, Laserface. This is efficient enough for your Fork 420. Rusty Shackelford used to call me the Baba, Boogeyman Baba Gribble. Rusty Shackelford has a special place in my heart. But good morning, everyone. The markets are looking, pretty reasonable. Wow, what the hell is this? This is not showing. Let me pull this up. I got to start up the system again. It's broken on me. Well, that was kind of a cool looking meme. That's true. Stoner societies compared to alcoholic societies. This is very true. Let's start up this boy. It's been a morning. A lot of introspect here. And obviously kind of a crazy day in the media for us here, but we have some good things happening on the markets. Honestly, 67.68. This is less than impressive. Interesting stuff that I was seeing though. This not coin. A lot of people fading it. I was liking it, even though it was painful on the price side. Here's where it's listed on Binance. This thing has absolutely melted faces on its resurgence. Up, let's see here. So the lowest it hit, man, 0.004 all the way up to 0.009. So essentially more than a 2x in a very short amount of time. Shout out for the crazy people that just cannot stop believing in Ton and Telegram, the entire infrastructure of it. I think it's going to be pretty strong here. So Looking at Ethereum, 3,800. Solana sitting here at $170, damn near, looking strong. XRP, very stable, still 52 cents. But you know what? Something that's been waking up real nicely, for me at least. You know, we got the chain link. I put a post out this weekend. In my opinion, what I believe is happening is Chainlink wants to try to break past this level of resistance right around $21.50. You know, where we are right now, I wouldn't be surprised if this design in the Chainlink price action, this is on the yearly, right? And this looks like Head and Shoulders, which I told you would fail, and it looks like it has failed. It hasn't turned into an actual Head and Shoulders that's rolling downwards. It kind of is giving me the vibes of Bitcoin at the end of last year. So we'll take a look at this. What in the hell is all these little markers on here? That is unhelpful. Coin market cap, these things are unhelpful. Let's see here. So what I'm talking about is I feel like this structure on Chainlink that we just looked at, it's a blue chip altcoin, but we see a massive resurgence and really a build out of a failed Head and Shoulders here, you know, and it's giving me kind of vibes like here. Right around September of 23 before a big move to the upside. So I am expecting to see a little bit of fireworks to come to the altcoins. Believe it or not, on the Bitcoin dominance, this is getting interesting. So what I'm showing you here is the Bitcoin dominance graph, and it has the halvings marked in. I love this one. This has been a strong bellwether for me as far as when to actually note that we are in a true hardcore alt season. And as of right now, we're trying to mimic what we did in the third halving of May of 2020, where we saw a big chunk down on the Bitcoin dominance, but then a spike trying to recapture it before full fall off. Now, that is what I'm hopeful happens, because if this does just fall off the cliff right now, I mean, it's a good thing on one hand, because then altcoin season actually kicks in hardcore. Should we actually fall off this cliff in Bitcoin dominance, but I expect just a little bit of range and a little bit of fighting back here before we actually do experience that. And historically, it's taken about 210, 220 days from the halving to the fall off point to really experience that moment of altcoin glory. Right now, I think we still got some time though. Thankfully, that's the good news here. And it gives me more time to stack more altcoins, honestly. I'm well built out on Chainlink, ICP, and other things like that, but I've been snooping around trying to find that next big project. Aerodrome I've added too heavily, and near protocol. So it's been an amazing weekend, honestly. Seeing Trump hop into the headlines talking about crypto. But one thing, Tim Pool. Now, this is a post from MAGA Meme Coin talking about Donald Trump speaking about potentially using crypto as the strong kind of centerpiece of American innovation into the future, locking it up. Let's see what he had to say here, though. Trump is not staying out of the headlines when it comes to crypto, and I am here for it.
You announced you're taking cryptocurrency.
What we're doing is we're backing it as a field, and we have to, because otherwise somebody else is going to be doing it from another country. And as you know, they're already trying. And it's going to happen, and we're going to help it happen. And it's something that can be very good. I think it can be very good.
No central bank digital currencies?
No digital,
no central bank digital currency. There was just the flat out stoppage of that from a few states that we've seen over the past few months gets me very bullish, or even hard, if I dare to say. But there's other things that show me that we are winning on a macro scale, you guys. Look at this. It's just a pile of underreported news that's not being talked about at the macro level. HSBC CEO stepping down after more than 4 years. Noel Quinn steered the banking heavyweight through tumultuous period and sharpened its focus on Asia. HSBC CEO stepping down, all while we also have Jamie Dimon hinting at an impending departure. The FDIC chair as well stepping down following toxic workplace allegations. Now, Jamie Dimon and this fella from HSBC, these are two of the largest banks on the planet, okay? Plus the FDIC chair all stepping down, but it just keeps getting better. I want to remind you of Melinda Gates also stepping down, resigning from the Gates Foundation, We also have this, the World Health Organization failing to reach a pandemic agreement, underscoring the global health divide. And now we see this asshole all concerned because his plan is falling apart. The world is awake, alive, and they can feel it. And they're fighting back. They're stopping all these things from happening at a grander scale. And I think a lot of these talking heads are stepping away from the limelight, the spotlight, because they're losing on the public square. They're the enemies. They know that they're the enemies. They see it all over social media. The power of us here in Twitter or YouTube, even going beyond the realm of availability, what we can talk about. And yes, there has been a shift, Ruben, and you can feel it. I can feel it. I feel like we are winning in a very, very big way right now. And it's just very codifying. And so now I see, Trump, he's taken an interview. Trump went to the Libertarian party meeting and just absolutely slayed them. Talking about if you want 3%, just keep going the way you want. And if you want to be more than 3% of the vote, then maybe find some cohesion, work together. Trump is actually out there talking about freeing Ross Ulbricht, something that I've really wanted to hear from a president for quite some time. And it is, on one hand, it could have happened last cycle or last time Trump was in office. His viewpoint of Bitcoin compared to the dollar was very adversarial at the time that he was in office because we didn't have that massive amount of regulatory clarity. We didn't have this environment where TradFi is now interested in turning their books into big positive levels by getting into crypto. Now he sees it happening. He's seeing his wallet in and of itself is worth over $10 million now. And a large part of it holding the random meme coin that is no longer random. The first meme coin to breach $1, which is now, good Lord, I don't know. Let's check in on Trump token. Let's see where this thing went. $12.25. Absolutely insane levels of growth on this. I agree, Crabman. He should have picked RFK. I really wish Trump and RFK should have got along. It should have got along. Now it's this splintered thing. RFK called in on a voice call to accept the nomination from the Libertarian Party. Not even sure who the Libertarians ended up picking. I know that one person that the Libertarians had in mind really made me uncomfortable. So hopefully they didn't go with that person. But Trump token in of itself, absolutely melting face, going to $12.27 per unit. This is insane if you just step back and think about it. We hadn't had a meme coin breach $1. Not until, a few months ago. Trump coin being the first outside of the ridiculous ones that have like a one coin supply, right? This thing breached into the dollar level in January of 2024. This signaled a massive influx of PolitiFi tokens, what we're calling them. I was in a couple PolitiFi crypto meme coin spaces this weekend, which are absolutely awesome. The crowd, the community within PolitiFi tokens is rock solid. That's why I absolutely love them. And I try to find ones that are brand new as they pop up on Solana and Base. There's all kinds of fun PolitiFi tokens I'm holding. But on the grander scheme of Bitcoin and where we are on the altcoins section, I had this from Sentiment. Crypto markets teased another breakout at the start of the week. Our freshly released insight covers whale and shark accumulation for Bitcoin, Ethereum, XRP, and Chainlink, tracking key stakeholders. So check this out. We have the Bitcoin, good old Bitcoin here. Looking like a pretty dang good upswing of whale wallets holding. And, at large, we see both sides kind of accumulating right now. But the general sentiment is massive whale wallets are just gobbling up all the Bitcoin they can get their hands on. XRP hasn't been so exciting. Honestly, still 52 cents. It feels like no matter how much accumulation or bullish sentiment comes out for this damn thing, it just doesn't want to seem to move. We got the year here just looking flat as all get out. I mean, what the hell's going on with this? So, on that pump to just under $1, man, it might be the death of, Ripple, probably a strong thing, but looking at this graph for XRP, this does not spark joy when we're in an overall bullish environment and the coin just continues to put flat lines out. Not a great look. So we talk about this from Woo Blockchain. David Bailey, the CEO of Bitcoin Magazine, is crypto aid for the Trump campaign, revealing that Trump asked him if Bitcoin could be leveraged to solve the U.S. national debt problem. The Bitcoin Magazine team is advising Trump on developing a policy that is friendly to Bitcoin and cryptocurrencies. You got to crawl before you can walk. You got to lay out a reasonable infrastructure of how it's going to be regulated. Because, you know, you want to actually stop rugs and literal scam artists and fraud artists from being part of the space. We saw what Sam Bankman-Fried did. We saw what the Sultan of Solana does. You know, it's just, you have to have things in place to stop people from literally being stolen from. So there is reason in that. And working with Bitcoin Magazine to develop a policy that is friendly to Bitcoin and cryptocurrencies bodes a lot of hope for me, because he sees the gigantic red problem on our national debt levels, especially when we have people like this. Janet Yellen, Treasury, U.S. Secretary Treasury, Janet Yellen, warning higher rates will make it hard to keep debt under control. Opt out of Bitcoin. She's saying that the solution that Jerome Powell wants to continue to implement, higher rates, is going to make it hard to keep their national debt under control. That's because you literally need to print your way out of this gargantuan problem which you've created for us. Thank you so much, Mrs. Toadstool. I believe this picture in the background sold for millions of dollars. This guy just doodled buy Bitcoin on a piece of paper behind Mrs. Toadstool as she psyoped and gaslit America once again. This is a picture taken quite a while ago, but he sold that for quite a bit of money. So shout out to you. Now this, we see Trump considering talking to Bitcoin thought leaders about how to set up crypto-friendly regulations, things that will attract crypto companies back into the United States. We have to do some fixing from the controlled demolition that it felt like of Joe Biden and his regime on the country and our outlook. But now we have this $725 billion asset manager, Bernstein, predicting Bitcoin will hit $90,000 within 2024 and $150,000 in 2025. And you know what? I agree with this. And this is agreeing on the baseline expectation levels, right? So let's keep that in mind. We might do better than these levels. But within 2024, I absolutely feel like we have the trajectory and velocity in Bitcoin, the narrative in Bitcoin. We have the resurgence of people that are ready and outspoken enough to vote for Donald Trump in a public square, to stand up for it. And what the hell are these things? Are just so terrible. What the hell? 11 spot. I guess it's useful. This is 11 spot Bitcoin ETFs. One of the world's largest pension fund managers moving into it. You know, that's just scoring the macro yada yadas. But let's look at the chart, see what kind of velocity, what kind of takeoff velocity we got here. $90,000. Bam. So you would have to basically make a move from where we are right now to get to $90,000. Just for some perspective, that's a 30% increase. Guess how long we got 6-7 months to pull that off. I absolutely feel like we can pull this off. This just looks like a general giant effing cup and handle. Honestly, you guys, like, in $150,000, more than attainable, I think, in this bull market. But then, once we do eke near the $150,000 level, then I'll have to be looking at exit points and then just laddering out my positions, selling 25% the next month to make sure that I don't catch the exact top. I never will, but just make sure I'm laddering out once we're in that hyper bullish sentiment moment when people are like, I'm never selling. You see greasy haired people that have never been a part of crypto before coming in, starting to sell things. This is a huge cup and handle, right? So I really think that what we're looking at right now, the velocity of it, $150,000 will be my just general bull marketed 2025 target. It has been, and really I feel like we could go up to 250,000 in this market, but not expecting too much up and beyond that. There's going to be a lot of calls for $1 million Bitcoin. I ain't going to be one of the ones holding until we get there. I feel like $1 million Bitcoin's more a 2030 vibe, just from the velocity of the market, the amount of time that it takes to move these giant asset managers into Bitcoin. It takes time. It takes checks and balances. It doesn't happen overnight. And, we're facing something beautiful. Time is on our side, folks. So if you're in Bitcoin, if you're in crypto, time is on our side because the Bitcoin supply on exchanges just hit another multi-year low. This is absolutely crazy to see, just visually described. Exchange reserves are sitting even lower than they were at the big cataclysm where people pulling off of exchanges. This is the supply and demand economy. Supply and demand is a pretty simple thing to think about. But I try to impress it upon my kids, especially if they're like if they're giving me guff about eating their dinner, all I got to do is start taking bites straight off their plate. And they'll be like, wait a minute, there's a limited supply. I better start demanding. And then they eat their dinner. So it's a good way. Now, this year is going to be very contentious. There's many things that we prepare for here in the blockchain basement. And one of the main things in crypto we're preparing for is just making sure that we always have control over our crypto. All these wonderful projects we get involved with, we like to protect our crypto. Oh yeah, let me do that just right there with Arculus. This is the world's leading cold storage crypto containment system. You can easily secure, store, buy, swap, and receive your crypto. Uses 3-factor authentication. Security is a huge deal, so make sure to take control of that. The world's getting weird. The World Health Organization probably not feeling great about losing that pandemic treaty. They're not giving up. Don't think that they're going to give up, but we are winning on the forefront of the battle. And here's just more psyops that they're trying to pull off on us here just in time for the elections. The H5N1 bird flu they're talking is found in more than 7 dairy farms, South Dakota, Michigan, and Colorado. Biggest one-day increase so far, so they say. So here we have Colorado, Kansas, North Carolina, Ohio, all calling out they got this bird flu problem. There's an issue in there. Food production. I really, really think that people have had enough with the lockdowns. I really think that people are stronger than they think we are. And I feel like we've been working hard, tirelessly, every single day, talking about the giant scams that they pulled off in the past to make sure people don't fall for it in the future, but only time will tell. So now I wanted to highlight this from Tech Dev. The entire crypto market has just begun to feel macro bullish on this expansion. First expansion in 3.5 years. Finally coming back into the green, eking our little heads into the green. This is the crypto total market cap. Just really nice to see. Now on the total crypto market cap side, I feel like we're going to be still landing in that $6 to $7 trillion mark. But if Trump actually does lean into fixing the U.S. national debt by allocating a certain amount to Bitcoin, that level is going to go to 10 trillion plus for the total crypto market cap in 2025. It's absolutely insane to think about, but I know I got to start talking about it now because it seems like it's actually coming to fruition. There's things that need to be done on the macro side to fix the national debt. People realize it. The inflation's got out of control. These talking heads seemingly have no interest in fixing it other than just cooking more. And some of the crazier things I saw was, I feel like Putin put out that little tester last week about potentially trying to talk about peace in the Ukraine because he feels the pressure within the United States to bring Trump back into office. Now, this may sound crazy, but I think that Putin's going to keep his head a little bit lower under the fence line, so to speak, should the orange one return. And I think that some of those potential peace talks are being talked about over there because that is the case. Also, you have right after that, Putin, whispers of peace in the Ukraine. You have the UN coming out, absolutely not. We must forge forward. And they're even considering giving Ukraine the ability to strike the green light to strike Russia in its own province, which is an absolute increase in the tension over there, which, no one wants what's going on right now. I don't think that I support any side when it comes to Ukraine's not my border. My border is the southern border. It's the American border. Those are the borders that I care about as an American. I don't care. I've never been involved with Israel or Palestine or Ukraine. I have no interest in any of that. I want to make sure that my family, my kids, and my country are secure here at home. Call me crazy, But that's where I'm at right now. I'm not one of those people that's just hyper polarized on either side of it. I think that just the gushing of money to go fix the world's problems is how we ended up in this shit show in the first place. Now we're breaching $35 trillion debt levels here in the United States, on pace to actually breach $50 trillion over the course of 10, 15 years from now. It's entered a parabolic state. And so there needs to be a larger discussion happening. We have the conversation going about Trump making sure that crypto companies are taken care of here in the United States, but we need to go a step further and actually push for the implementation of this currency as a form of our backing for the entire U.S. debt. We need to make sure that we're involved with the upside of this as it's rolled out as a country, because if we don't, we're going to end up paying $10,000 for a loaf of bread. Your neighbors are going to be trying to eat themselves because food runs out. At a point, if we enter hyperinflation, things get very ugly very, very quick. People don't realize that. They have this normalcy bias here in the U.S. where we just go through the drive-through, get whatever we want from the drive-through for a reasonable price. That time, it seems to have has come to an end. What up, Crypto Carnivore, up in the chat? And I'm all for it. Like, I know that this libertarian meeting that Trump had, he was met with a lot of boos, a lot of really disappointing comments coming from the libertarian crowd. Let's see I want to see who the libertarian nominee is, because I really feel like the guy drove me nuts. If it's the right one, I think it was this Chase Oliver fella. Let's see here. Chase Oliver. Let's see here. Pull this guy up. The list here. Oh, yeah. Here he is. There it is. All you got right there. Radical BLM activist. Oh my God. It's just, does it get any worse? Is this who the Libertarian Party really wants to represent them? Like, what the hell is going on? This isn't true. You wouldn't stoop to that low. It's just so disappointing to see Chase Oliver be a nominee for the Libertarian Party, yet they nominate, so they go after Trump, but they want this guy. Right? Like, what the hell are you doing? It feels like the libertarians are captured at some time. Like, at some points, you just have to wonder if they've been captured. It's absolutely disgusting. I mean, look at all the stuff this guy's been involved with. Men and women's sports, open borders, mask and vaccine. This can't be real. This can't be real. It's completely a simulation. So for the love of God, my options have been dwindled down drastically to who I'm voting for. And at this point, it's a hard yes for Trump. And I really think that if we're loud enough about making this happen, this actual implementation of Bitcoin into the U.S. national reserves, there is still great power to us. I got to remind you guys. And what the hell happened? Ron Paul was awesome. What happened to Rand Paul? Why is Rand Paul not the clear choice for the Libertarian nominee? Like, Ron Paul was amazing. What the hell has happened? And Ron Paul was amazing for decades. Decades. He was amazing. Still nothing from the party. And they're probably going to go and get their 3%, maybe even 2% vote at this rate. Just absolutely insane. Ron Paul Libertarians. Yeah, this is this is it. This is the real vibe right now, you guys. It's, this is me, Ron Paul Libertarian. And like, you'd probably like Jill Stein better. Who's Jill Stein? Who is Jill Stein? El Prito. I'm willing to learn about him, but this is just so disappointing to see the Libertarian Party so splintered out that they can't even support Trump, even if he wants to commute the sentence for Ross Ulbricht, even if he wants to roll out a pro-crypto and guaranteeing your crypto self-custody rights. Crickets from him. But you know what? I know on the underside we are winning. BJ showed me that great bill. I believe it's HR 1043 here in Georgia, which is working on guaranteeing our rights to cold storage, as well as banning CBDCs. So, I voted Libertarian before, but not this guy, right, Tim? Like, come on, man. They think we're fools, It's just absolutely incredible. And with this, it's the start of a wonderful week. It's going to be a crazy week. I have a feeling in crypto. Someone's talking about the price action shaking them out. I mean, I wouldn't, me personally, I'm liking just spot holding this market right now. I think we're just in a genuinely bullish sentiment right now, even though we have 1% down. We have massive winners, not coins. Celestia trying to wake up. Dog with Hat trying to capture that $4 level again. Bonk absolutely going insane. Book of Meme, Floki. And you notice a lot of these are meme tokens that literally do nothing. They just exist. And, you know, that's why I'm so excited about this politicized sector as well, because meme coins, politics, they're all the hottest topics right now. And so I'm grabbing little moon bags of these insane politified tokens because I think that they're going to really surprise us when it comes down the road. Months into this, they continue to hammer into the political sphere. People get more and more pissed off about what's going on. And yeah, I'm with Veteran Crypto, Libertarian, voting for Trump. It's just, it's a pretty obvious choice. Gary Johnson, that bad. Wait, what was Gary Johnson? I remember there was one thing about Gary Johnson. It's just I feel like they split us libertarians up into tiny little blocks on purpose so that there's no consensus among us. But the consensus for me is that for the love of God, we cannot watch all these crypto companies just go off to Singapore, China, Russia, wherever it is, completely leave the United States economy in the dust. Because where we are right now, China wants Taiwan for its semiconductor chips. NVIDIA, one of the world's strongest companies that's involved with the design and overscope of chips and that development. I know they don't produce them. I have some actually person coming into the chat tell me they don't produce chips. I already know they don't produce chips. The valuation, the focus of NVIDIA is involved with chips. Thank you very much. And NVIDIA is a larger market cap than many countries. So when we see this fervor for data, the ability to move data quickly, the ability to produce semiconductor chips, I think that what China wants is to take control of that ability to produce the semiconductor chips. It'll be interesting if they actually do move on Taiwan, because a Dutch-based company has kill switches built into the machinery at Taiwan Semiconductor. This all came out and is verified. So it'd be very interesting to see if Xi Jinping feels confident enough in China's proprietary ability to make those machines on their own without the involvement of the Dutch companies, of all these other companies that have pretty advanced technology. Honestly, it's not the easiest thing in the world to create. Oh, what's the web? You know what? Maybe Ryan Chute's bringing up a good question. Creating meme coins, chaotic, but we are chaotic here in the basement. So maybe we'll be doing a dive in that. Message me on Twitter, Ryan. I got some ideas. But you know what? I mean, maybe we should create a token in the, like I was thinking Hoover token. You know what I mean? Like make it, since all the dog meme coins are all the rage, maybe we could make a Hoover token. I don't know. You know what I mean? It's become quicker and faster than ever to create meme tokens. I know Omni creates some meme tokens as a new platform. Pump.fun, a little sketchy from all that news that broke, but I know people are still using it. It's a toss. I mean, I like the products I've seen come out of Omni. Maybe I'll do a dive in Omni later on today as well. But appreciate every single one of you in the chat. What up, Nicole, Mellow Deem, Granny's Garden, Timothy Murphy. Trump's the only candidate trying to bring the country back together, right? It just feels that way. It just feels that way. Prepper token, Wickle Kid, maybe. And what is our backing? We turn the liquidity pool into beans and rice. What if we had a liquidity pool that's literally just backed by MRAPs? Maybe. Just floating the idea out there. That might be fun. But appreciate all you guys. And we're going to be getting upstairs. We're going to check out what the DC fellas are doing. All of you in the chat, I appreciate every single one of you. Smash the like on your way out. Share the stream. Get the message out. We are effing winning. Get those people's heads out of the freaking sand. I feel like people just feel beat down. They don't feel any hope. Show them this stream. Show how much hope is happening on the underside. The world is not all dark. We are finding rays of hope, rays of sunlight. And big shout out to everyone that's raising a family the right way out there, that's taking care of your kids. Take care of your wives. If you're a woman, take care of your husband. The family unit doesn't get enough exaltation. It doesn't get enough notice. It doesn't get enough notoriety, because what we are doing right here is building the footsteps for the next legacy, the next generation in this country. So I implore all of you to just go out there and show your appreciation, man. I appreciate all of you guys. I'll be seeing you at 2 p.m. And with that being said, I bid you adieu. Goodbye.